Hello, it's Sunday morning and I am still full of cold but at least today I don't feel quite as ill as I did yesterday, which is great news. And better than that, the snow is starting to thaw, which means that the birds are elated, they can go back outside again, and Elvis's flock are very happily running around. There's still a lot of snow in Big White's area, so they're sort of tentatively venturing out a little bit and then straight back in again. And the ducks, well, the ducks are the happiest I've seen them for a long time. They are so pleased to have some green grass and some thawed water. Well, their bedding doesn't look too bad. It does need cleaning out because during the freezy bit, when I couldn't get the main doors open, but the bedding really needed changing out, I put a very thick layer of fresh bedding on top through the pop hole and made sure that that they had a good thick layer on top of what was quite poopy bedding. So I want to get all of that out now it's defrosted. Well, it's defrosted enough to get the doors open. Get them some fresh bedding in here, which is much nicer for them. We found with this house, which is a 6x3 house, the absolute maximum we can have in here is 9 ducks, without it starting to cause problems with the ventilation and just too much poop per square foot. Hello boys and girls, hello. So 9 is our maximum in here, and this morning I was sitting in the kitchen having a cup of tea, wondering if there was a way of making a new... I hope you can hear me over this lot. Hello! Yes! I've missed you too! Hello girls and boys! Yes, yes, yes! I'm sorting out your house, yes! So yeah, I was sitting over a cup of tea this morning wondering if there is a way of making a slightly larger duck house using some of the pallets that we've got. And it would be nice if it was further over that way, because my plans my plans are to dig out a bigger pond here nearer where I'm standing, because the land slopes very slightly down here, so the water all drains in this direction anyway, so it would make sense to dig out a pond here, and the ducks pond, which is just on the other side of this trampoline, and it's still completely frozen over, is actually on top of the ground. Mr. J and I literally we put some logs in a circle and put some, in fact we used some bubble wrap that we had just to insulate it, and then put some old butyl liner over it to create a pond for them, but we always knew it was going to be temporary. Hello! I am pleased to see you too. So yeah, we always knew that would be a temporary pond and that we would create a better one at some point. So now we've had a bit more time to look at the way the water flows and the way the land is. I think it would be better to have their house higher up the slope. I mean, the whole site only goes, it drops about 4 feet, if that, from the highest point to the lowest point on this land. So we're not talking about a huge slope, but this bit here, where the ducks are, that's probably got the biggest slope. So if we can get a duck house further back on the higher bit, that will stay drier underneath it. We could have a pond lower down here. Anyway, that was my thought. But what I was really thinking was, you three are just a bundle of trouble, aren't you? Hey? Yes, you are. Hello, hello. And these three here are our most recently hatched ones. So these are the ones that hatched out about September last year, or August, I can't remember. But anyway, they were the last ones to be hatched. And we had 13 of them altogether. And we sold 4 of them. We sold 4 of them. I think a fox got 1. And the others went to freezer camp. But these 3 are complete characters. They're really lovely. Right, I've got the last 2 scoops to do out of here. Oh, you are all very lovely, aren't you? Yes, yes. And now I can go and take this used bedding down to the raised beds at the bottom of the garden and get those on there. Get this on there to allow that to rot down, and then I'll need to bring some dry bedding over. After being stuck inside for the last few days because of not just the sub-zero temperatures but the absolutely biting winds that have been coming across across the whole of the UK, but across our homestead, it is so nice to come outside. It's almost still. There is the slightest of breezes. The sun is in the sky, making me squint again, but it's shining on the snow, and it's beautiful. And the joy of being able to come outside and get a bit of fresh air, potter around, makes me feel really glad to be alive.